if they've still been off and on talking like most, people do when they break up, then 4 or 5 months is nothing. And you're actually in that stage right now where when things start playing things back and forth at each other, it hurts. It hurts real bad because they're still kind of your girl in your brain, but you can't really control them. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, haha, Paulo and her are like trolling me or whatever. Like, I don't think they would really do anything. And then the next day it's like, wait, Paulo Costa posted this picture the next day? So, wait, yesterday? Today? Hand over her tattoo? Maybe. I mean, listen, I don't know for sure that it's her. I don't know for sure that it's her. But look at the hair. Look at the hair. Now, how many of you guys have gone through a breakup in your life? Most of you, So Brian Ortega and Tracy Cortez apparently broke up a few months ago. And now we've got this situation where people are speculating that she might be dating Paulo Costa because of a photograph that was posted yesterday. And I'm going to show you the photograph. I'm going to show you all the background information because this is one of those stories that seems like a nothing burger at first. And then when you really dig under the hood, there's a lot of meat on this bone right here. Straight up. A lot of meat on the bone. If you care about this kind of thing, I feel like if you're like a Brian Ortega fan, right? Like if you're a Paulo Costa fan and you just think, you think he's funny, he likes to troll people, he starts posting pictures of himself with Brian Ortega's girl, or his like very recently ex-girl, and you think that kind of thing's funny, then this will be for you too. But like if Brian Ortega is your boy, right? You really like Brian Ortega, and the idea of someone torturing him intentionally or throwing kind of like a, really trying to like make it hurt on him, like trying to make it hurt. If that's an interesting story to you, then that's what we're going to talk about here, because that is exactly what I think is happening. I think that this is one of those things where at surface, it looks like a nothing burger. But if you let me kind of unwrap this onion a little bit and I'll show you a few things, it starts to look a little bit different. And it's also going to look very gaslighty, Have you ever Googled yourself and you were shocked to find your personal information exposed on one of those public listing sites? I have. Data brokers are making a fortune selling your information to robocallers, spammers, and others who want to learn about you, like where you live. Some potentially more predatory than robocallers and spammers. That's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, Aura. Aura can identify data brokers exposing your info and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Brokers are legally required to remove your info if you ask them to, but they make it super hard to do it. Let Aura handle it for you. You can try Aura free for 2 weeks using my link, which is in the description below. Aura also does so much more to protect you and your family from online threats that you can't see. It's really easy to set up, so you don't have to download several different apps to get things like parental controls, antivirus, VPN, password management, identity theft insurance, and more. You get everything at one affordable price. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online so you can focus on other tasks with peace of mind. You can go to aura.com/Jesse. Link is in the description to start your 2-week trial. Check it out. You will be happy that you did it. Like someone's gaslighting someone and they know exactly what they're doing and they're doing it to make it hurt. And, I don't know. I don't know if we know why, but we'll investigate. Anyway, so if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell. If you're a fan of the channel, I understand. I would be a fan of this channel if I was a viewer, and I would subscribe to this channel because it's the best way that you can say thank you for working so hard like I do. Or you could just do me a favor and subscribe. So I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and like the video if you don't mind, and let's jump right into this. So first of all, I just wanted to set the tone with this one, dude. Like, they're such a cute couple, dude. They look so happy. Both of them are, these two are like both really, really like deep people. They're like, there's a lot of depth to both of them. And like, that can be a really good thing. And it can be not such a good thing as it relates to like your experience in life. I guarantee you that one of the reasons they connected so well initially is because of that. The thing about that is if that depth comes with any kind of layer of instability, if there's like associated instability with the depth that a person has, man, that shit can turn ugly, dude. Ugly. Because deep and passionate and emotional feel things much more than other people. And so when they get hurt or things start going bad in their life, it can be soul crushing for people like both of them, actually. Like both of them. When they're capable of incredible things, but man, if things, like injuries, as an example, breakups, etc. And so we're going to go through exactly what I think is going on here. But first of all, just so everybody's clear, Tracy Cortez is 10-1 and she's won 10 straight fights. Just so we're clear on who we're talking about. She won 10 straight fights, dude. Starting with Dana White Contender Series, and then she's won 4 straight UFC fights. So 5 if you consider Contender. That's impressive, dude. That's impressive. And Brian Ortega has lost 3 of his last 4, but he lost to Max Holloway, right? He looked incredible against Korean Zombie. Then he lost to Volkanovski, and he came this close to choking him. The closest anyone has gotten to beating Volkanovski was Brian Ortega. And then in the Yair Rodriguez fight, he got injured, right? So that's like the biggest asterisk 3 out of 4 there has ever been. But it's still 3 out of 4. It's still 3 out of 4. I cannot stress this enough. The mental health of any fighter is so heavily associated with where they are sitting, coming off a victory, coming off a loss, what kind of victory, what kind of loss, more specifically, injury, etc. So losing 3 of 4, regardless of the fact that you lost to probably the greatest featherweight of all time, Max Holloway, and then the next, and then now the current reigning number 1 pound for pound guy, and you almost beat him. I promise you is no solace, because there's still losses. And then to go through a training camp like he did for the Yair Rodriguez fight and then get injured like that, soul crushing, right? So he's sitting on 3 out of 4 losses with an injury a year ago. Okay. Put that in your brain bank for a second. Now, just so I don't completely bury the lead, this is the image that Paulo Costa and Tracy shared on social media right here. And they both shared it. Okay. Now, what do you notice about this picture? They are clearly, at least it appears that they're in a house. They're either in a house or an apartment, right? Like this is like a shower curtain, it looks like, or potentially like a window curtain. I don't know. It looks, either way, this doesn't look like a gym. Could be, but it looks like a house. In which case, they were together in a house. Does that mean, what does it mean? We'll get into all of that, but I want to set the stage with Tracy Cortez and Brian Ortega first, because, this is the kind of thing that I'm interested in, right? So now I want to show you Tracy Cortez when she started talking about her emotional state 6 months ago. Okay. Now keep in mind, this is 6 months ago. They broke up maybe like, I think it was like, I don't know, anywhere between 3 and 5 months ago. So pretty close after this. And what you need to understand is that Brian Ortega at this moment right here, okay, has lost 3 out of 4 and he had a catastrophic shoulder injury. Okay. So he can't train. He's coming off 3 out of 4 losses. And he's rehabbing an injury. Okay. If you're an athlete yourself, athletes really well, you already know, right? You already know. If you could just empathetically put yourself in the position of a fighter who's in that situation, then you already know also. For those of you that are not in those categories, it's hard to try to exaggerate how depressed a person can get in that situation. And I'm not talking like we're talking about situational depression. Like people get depressed sometimes and it's situational. You get fired from your job. You've been unemployed for 6 months. You're sitting at home all day looking for things, can't find anything. Dude, you're going to be depressed, period. Bottom line, I don't care who you are, 6 months unemployed, you're going to be clinically depressed at the time, right? That doesn't mean you need to get on antidepressants or anything like that. Talk to your doctor, whatever. I would never go near those things. Nonetheless, I can say unequivocally that Ortega is probably not in the best place at this moment. And this is where his girl was at the time, okay?
I don't know if you guys have noticed much, but I haven't really been too active here on social. And that's because I am in a season in my life where I am healing. I'm healing, and like I've been going through it on a personal level. I've been healing.
Okay, so here's the other thing too. This girl is a very, very proximity empathetic person. Like, she's got her own stuff, but she is, Jesse, how do you know? Because I'm going to make a pretty bold, like a pretty direct fucking statement about her as a person. I just know. But she is very susceptible to the energy of a person that she's in close proximity to. So if someone's struggling and they're near her, she will absorb that shit, and then it'll become her experience also. She's already like she's like a really deep, passionate person who's susceptible to kind of like, tink, tink, tink. Too much thinking, And then you put her in a situation where she's her dude that she's with all the time is really going through a tough time, and she's gonna fucking wear it, dude. I would bet my life on that is what you were looking at here, right here. So she continues.
And I'm changing everything that I thought I was once. I'm trying to become a better person. I'm trying, not that I was bad, but I'm trying to move intentional. I'm trying to move purely.
And then on the flip side of that, T-City, 3 out of 4, injured shoulder, living with this energy right here, just heavy, dude. Like that, like heavy, wet blanket energy. It's not surprising to me at all that they broke up. Like, it'd be really hard to survive that, dude. Like that, like her doing this, you're in that situation, it'd be incredibly challenging to like navigate that as a couple. It just, bottom line. So I feel for him, dude. There's nothing worse than breaking up in the entire world. And just as a side note, anybody who really pays close attention to like me and my stuff, everybody kind of looks there like, dude, you and Gabrielle are just fucking relationship goals. I totally agree with that. And you want to know what we are, like the thing that is the most important reason that we have been successfully, like, we're going to have been married for 15 fucking years in December. I would die if I lost her, dude. Divorce is unfathomable to us. Like, it would be like voluntarily. It'd be like volunteering to have your brother die or something, Like, I wouldn't know. I couldn't function without her, dude. But the reason that we are that way is because we have always kept it light, man. Like, we keep it fucking light, dude. The heavier it is, the more we try to fucking avoid it. Like, the more people think you need to like talk shit out, really talk it out, man. Talk it out. Fuck that shit. At least for us, dude. I mean, I don't know how other people do it. But at least for us, we both are kind of in the camp of, if something's like, I mean, if there's like a real serious problem, then yeah, you fucking talk about it, but to solve it, not to like run around in circles, like just kind of twist yourself into a knot. Easy. Like, it should be easy to be with them. So we just stay the fuck away from it. If it's unless it's really important, we don't want to talk about the drama. We look at people that we know that do that. They're like, and they kind of parent their kids like that too. Explain to me why you feel the way that you feel. Shut the fuck up, man. Okay. Your kid skipped school and threw a thing at blah, blah. Who gives a fuck how they feel, dude? You're not allowed to do that, you little fucker. Okay? Your job is to go to school and get good grades. Okay? I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't care how you felt. I don't give a shit about what drove that decision. My job is not to teach you that your feelings matter all the fucking time. Okay? Your feelings matter about some things, but not that. You're in trouble. You did a bad thing. Go sit in your fucking room. Don't ever do that shit again. I don't give a shit about what, I don't care. I was just, Daddy, I was just feeling all depressed. Shut up, man. Just fucking do the thing you're supposed to do. So anyway, that's how we parent. That's how we handle our own relationship. Things seem to be working out thus far. Anyway, that's not like a shot at them. I'm just saying, like, avoiding this kind of thing is exactly why we do that. Because it just makes life harder. Like, I don't feel like you doing this like makes your life experience better, you know? Anyway, so here is what was posted, right? See? Passionate, dude. When it's good, it's good. They're each other's fucking rock, dude. When you know, that's why this story is interesting to me, because like I know what I'm looking at. This is like a fucking passionate connection, dude, that these guys had. But again, both deep. Shit goes bad, it goes fucking bad, dude. And so then this is the picture that PAULO COSTA posted here. Oops, right here. So PAULO, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? God damn it. Hang on. Okay, so he posted it. Whoa. What the? No way. Is that? Dude, hold up. This was 18 hours ago. This was today. Whoa. Look at the hair, dude. It's her, I think. Right? Oh my goodness gracious, man. Wow. Okay, so maybe I thought, man, I am so confused. I thought PAULO COSTA was together with some other girl and they were just kind of like trolling, but like, oh wait, hang on. She has a tattoo on her ass. Let's see. Okay, so she's got that tattoo. Oh, he's got his hand on it, dude. Dude. Oh my God, this video just got, I thought, I'm going to be honest, the whole time I was filming this, I thought this was a nothing burger. Like I thought this was nothing and that they were just kind of like joking around, because right here, if you look here, Tracy, wait. So she retweeted this, right? And then she tweeted this. She's like, I'm going to run with it since y'all like turning nothing into something. And so I'm like, all right. So they're like, maybe they're just like trolling. And so the whole point, literally the entire point of this video was going to be like I was saying like, oh, I think she's gaslighting him. I was going to say, I think that they were doing it as if it was like a joke, like on their social media. But knowing what I know, or what I could see clearly between Brian and her, it's like, this is like we're just trolling, that she knows exactly how that's going to go with Brian Ortega, though. Like, oh, we're just joking around, but in the back of her mind, like, look at this, dude. Like, I'm not trying to, I'm just being straight, okay? Like, this picture seems like, oh, ha, no, whatever. Unless you have no experience whatsoever in a situation like this, dude, she knows exactly what this picture would do to her ex-boyfriend, right? When do you see a picture of a girl with a dude like Paulo Costa in an apartment, just like, hey, it's like, even if there was some random reason why they're in an apartment together, they are smart enough to know that if they post a picture of each other, like together in an apartment, that everybody's gonna be like, oh shit, which means she knows that Brian's gonna see it and be like, what the fuck, man? Which is why I'm like, she's like, it feels like gaslighting. I'm not talking about like the public. Like, what does she care? Why would she care if the public is like, oh, look at her with Paula? Like, at least unless she is the only female that does not function under the exact same set of rules that every ex-girlfriend and ex-boyfriend, operate under. It's like, at least somewhere she knows, like, Brian's going to see this and it's going to really get under his skin. We haven't been talking. Maybe she heard that he had been talking to someone else, or like some kind of disagreement. And so this picture goes up on Twitter and, and like with Paulo, she saw, oh my God, it's going to be so funny. Everyone's going to think blah, blah, blah. And in the back of her head, whether she's even doing it consciously or unconsciously, she's like, this is going to really piss Brian off. Brian is not going to like this one bit. So I still stand by all that. But also, what? Like, I will say again, dude. I will say again. There's Paulo Costa. Look at her hair. This is what Paulo Costa posted today, the next day. Look at the hair. And his hand is covering this. Okay? She has a tattoo on her ass cheek right there. And his hand is covering the ass cheek. I thought this was a joke. I thought this whole thing was a joke. Now, maybe not so much. So, man, if that really is what it looks like, I feel for Brian Ortega. He's probably super pissed, dude. He's probably super, super, super pissed, dude. Like, seriously, just look at this. Like, I know that they at most, these two have been broken up for, I think, like 4 or 5 months, because she deleted all the pictures off of her Instagram of her and Brian. At the most 5 months, which is like assuming that if they went cold turkey, if the two of them went cold turkey, have not talked at all since they broke up 4 or 5 months ago, you just start feeling normal if you haven't talked to them at all, right? If they've still been off and on talking like most, people do when they break up, then 4 or 5 months is nothing. And you're actually in that stage right now where when things start playing things back and forth at each other, it hurts. It hurts real bad because they're still kind of your girl in your brain, but you can't really control them. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, haha, Paulo and her are like trolling me or whatever. Like, I don't think they would really do anything. And then the next day it's like, wait, Paulo Costa posted this picture the next day? So, wait, yesterday? Today? Hand over her tattoo? Maybe. I mean, listen, I don't know for sure that it's her. I don't know for sure that it's her. But look at the hair. Look at the hair. I don't know, man. And again, covering that tattoo. Listen, I'm just going to say this right now. This is my parting thought on this right here. I cannot explain to you how grateful I am for my relationship with my wife. I just can't. This is the kind of thing I dealt with every single girl that I ever dated before I was together with Gabrielle. Every single one of them. All of them. You know? Like, I go to a bar. Oh, we haven't been, oh, we're not really in a great place. I mean, we've had sex 7 times in the last, month, but like, we haven't talked in the last week. We're not together. She's mad because I didn't call. We end up at the same bar. She's looking at me across the bar, but she doesn't want to talk to me. So she's just going to dance with some dude right in my face. She's just going to spend the whole night dancing with some dude in my face. She's not going to look at me, but the entire reason she's doing this is because she knows I'm there and I'm watching. And she's going to walk out the door holding hands with the dude and she's going to put the ball in my court. Do I want to get mad and text her and tell her, get rid of that fucking guy, I'm coming over? Or do I let it happen and I have to sit there like, God, all I wanted to do tonight was go out, calm, have a fun night with my friends and try to fuck one of these random girls at the bar. But this girl had to be here. And then so I had to deal with this. And now I'm jealous and angry and super fucking mad. And so I can't think about hitting on other girls because all I can think about is that fucking piece of shit banging my girl. She's not really my girl. She could be if I wanted her to, but you know what I mean? All day, every single fucking time. I feel for this guy, dude. Or maybe they're all pranking. Maybe fucking Ortega was there too. Who knows? Anyway, that's what I got. Love you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Peace.